All right. I like doing these. And shout out to Richard West. I think I kind of got this idea from some of your posts where I'm just getting these random ideas in my head where something comes across my algorithm, like a certain character on the world stage. And I'm like, that reminds me, or that sounds like this other guy. And I have another one here, and these are fairly quick and simple, and these are completely on the fly. So, like, just kind of before I do any research, uh, this character came across my feed, Bray Wyatt, the deceased pro wrestler, right here. And let's pull up this pic. Let's see if I can pull up this pic a little bit bigger there. So you see, here's Bray Wyatt, and I've covered the story with the death of this guy before, but former pro wrestler, you see WWE, and I was thinking someone else who been coming across my feed because I used to be a fan, when I thought the world was real, right? Before I realized, these celebrities are all just here to deceive us, and depending on our personality, they feed us certain celebrity characters uh, for us to kind of follow and imitate, right? But anyways, when I think of this character Bray Wyatt, I'm thinking of Violent J, one half of the insane clown posse. They've been around for a while, like a rap group, right? And you can see that there's kind of like a Kiss connection with the rock and roll band Kiss. But look at Violent J of Insane Clown Posse and Bray Wyatt. So you get Wyatt, which sounds like violent, and this is Violent J, and J rhymes with Bray. And obviously they have kind of like the scary look thing going on. You see the mask here, Bray Wyatt, and the face paint, which is like a mask, Violent J. So again, just listen to the language. Bray Wyatt, Violent J. So it all rhymes. Okay, and if there's no more to be made of here, look at how his spouse has the last name Rap, and he is a rapper. You see that? But let's see if there's just some other quick connections. And the last one got kind of out of hand when I tried this. I mean, it was still cool. But you know what? Violent J also was a part of WWF/WWE as a wrestler with ICP and Shaggy 2 Dope. Look at that. And you see he was in they were in WCW as well. And they have JCW, I guess their own organization. So you got that wrestling connection as well. So I'm telling you, they like recycle these characters, and even with the name, isn't that amazing? Violent J, Bray Wyatt. And look, Bray Wyatt even died on Vince McMahon's birthday, by the way. Right? But let's maybe compare birthdays and just see if there's anything else. And I'm not going to do like this big full breakdown. Uh Maybe there's a connection with Alexa Bliss real quick. Alexa Bliss, look, her birthday was August 9th. And Bray Wyatt died August 24th. But we see Violent J. Is this his wife over here? Does she kind of have that similar look? She does. It says ex-wife, Michelle Rapp. Look at this. She kind of... Wow. Look at this. She kind of looks like Alexa. Is it Alexa Bliss? Look at this, y'all, with these characters. And what was this? Sugar Slam was her name, which connects with the wrestling. Look at this. These are characters that like they don't control their image on the world stage. So look at Violent J's ex-wife. And we know Alexa Bliss, her character was synced up with Bray Wyatt as they would do like little skits and stuff together on WWE, if anybody watched that. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? And you see she's holding the doll right there. So look, this is Alexa Bliss and this is Sugar Slam. So obviously you get that connection right there. Man. That's amazing, isn't it? So you see that these characters, it's like, how deep do you want to go here? Bray Wyatt, Violent J with the wrestling connection. They got the connection Alexa Bliss and Sugar Slam, which very similar, and maybe it all kind of goes with this like clown thing. Let's look at Violent J's birthday real quick. Oh man. I gotta open up another tab maybe. Let's look at the Violent J birthday maybe and just see. Okay, so he's got April 28 with his birthday. And I guess I got to open up Bray Wyatt again. Okay. So Bray Wyatt did die, it looks like less than a month after Violent J's birthday. I'm gonna Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda is his name. So we're gonna put a couple of things in the... And that's interesting that Bray Wyatt's birthday is, from when I speak right now, his birthday is in 3 days. That's interesting. Maybe why he's popping up on my Facebook feed. Damn, that's amazing. Let's go to the Gematrinator calculator and just see if there's some connection by the numbers. As far as I'm concerned, there doesn't have to be because it's obvious the characters are connected. But without going too crazy, I'm just gonna enter their names. And Violent J, his name is Joseph Frank Bruce. And there's a Detroit connection here with Insane Clown Posse and Eminem, right? The rapper, and obviously they had a little beef or whatever back in the day. But look, Joseph Frank Bruce and Eminem, they say his name is like Marshall Bruce Mathers or whatever, and they're both blonde rappers with connections to Michigan. But it's not going to say like they're related or whatever. So we're going to look at just some gematria here. And again, I don't want to go too long here. And we'll just do we'll get rid of the middle name. So let's do Violent J. and Bray Wyatt. And let's just see. Now let's just scroll down and take a look here. Let me maybe zoom in slightly if I can. And just see if I notice anything. This is interesting. Look, Violent J 107, Bray Wyatt 108, Violent J 109, Violent J 35, Bray Wyatt 36. That's definitely cool, to say the least. That's pretty damn cool right there. Okay? Look at, I mean, that's, man, that's definitely interesting. I don't know if I notice anything without stalling here besides that. Look at William Lawrence Rotunda 246. Violent J equals 46. And again, these are two separate characters. I like to look at the bigger numbers here because they're easier. They pop easier when I match them. But I think that 107, 108, 109, 35, 36, I think that hits big right there. That's pretty cool if you ask me. And then the 46, 246 right there. And there may be something else. Sometimes I'll just do this just to make it easier if I'm not catching it. I'll just hit matches, and if anybody, wants to try decoding, you could just simply hit match right there and it'll match up what you enter here. But it goes away like after 24 hours, I think. But yeah, I'm not going to enter a bunch of things on these characters, but I think we can stick with that. So let me get rid of some of this other stuff just because I want this to be more visible. And there may be something else there I'm missing, but I'm just going to stick with what I got here so far. So look, you even get 135 with Bray Wyatt, 35 with Violent J. And again, Wyatt, Violent, J, Bray, with the wrestling connection and kind of like the scary, like clown kind of look. That's amazing, man. Look at this. So let's recap. 107 with Violent J, 108 with Bray Wyatt. Violent J's got the 109. Bray Wyatt 135. Violent J 35. And then the next number, 36 with Bray Wyatt. And 246 with Bray Wyatt's full name. 46 with Violent J. That's pretty cool right there. I think that's pretty damn cool. So we can keep it at that. Again, Bray Wyatt, Violent J, and the names rhyme. And you get the wrestling connection. You get Violent J's ex-wife, Sugar Slam, Michelle Rapp, who obviously has the same look as Alexa Bliss. And they did like the Playhouse thing, her and Bray Wyatt. They had a good like storyline leading into the death of Bray Wyatt. And again, this kind of clown look to sync up with Violent J as well. Man, that's amazing, y'all. It was kind of like the storyline obviously was kind of like some weird relationship between the two. But damn, that's amazing, y'all. And this all just started when these two characters are coming across my feed and I'm like, wait a minute, Bray Wyatt, Violent J. And I'm like, wow. And don't forget, Bray Wyatt dies on Vince McMahon's birthday, August 24. And that's interesting because Vince McMahon made an appearance in the last video I did like this on the fly. So that's interesting. And that was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Wes Watson. So yes, this one will be a little bit more simple than that. So this is kind of like on the fly, but this is like a new thing I'm going to do on this channel. Let me know what you think. Violent J, Bray Wyatt. The stuff all starts with the language. These are just characters um that are just recycled off of each other on the world stage. Okay? Absolutely amazing. And we all started just right here, bam, on Google, you know? So, I mean, it's awesome being able to do this. That was completely on the fly, other than I noticed their names sounding alike and they were similar characters. So, this is Math 2 Con. The channel's Daily Decodes 812. You can call me Matthew. You can call me Matt, just whatever you want to call me. Just know you got this from me. And again, shout out Richard West. Maybe this can spark something where, we can get some easier breakdowns out there like this. I don't know if you already had the video, you're working on it. Richard West has the Wendy's, like Dave Thomas, kind of Wendy Williams connection. I think that he's going to be showing. And I appreciate you, my friend, and I can't wait to see it. So yeah, y'all, Violent J, Bray Wyatt. Until next time.